How was it playing around the crowd?
It was pretty electric, I'm not going to lie. On that 2-minute drive with the defense, I had to literally have Bobby scream in my ear what the play was because I couldn't hear anything. But I love the energy. I love the atmosphere here. I love the team, and it was a great first home game.
How'd it feel to get your first sack here in that first home game?
That felt awesome. Coming into this. I feel like I obviously want to show the team what I got and stuff like that, and it was, felt great to get a sack for the first home game in front of the crowd, in front of my teammates and coaches and stuff like that, and just hopefully it's the first of many.
How much play Washington every week?
What's that?
I said you won't play Washington every week. You see me get sacks on.
They were in our division when I was with the Giants, so I know them pretty well. I know their O-line pretty well. We studied them a lot. They also are a big passing team, so they kind of give us opportunities to rush the passer.
You've only been teammates with them for a little bit, but Boye and Mafe got sacks in 7 straight games. What kind of feat is that for you in the pass rusher?
I kept telling him congratulations today. He's a great football player, and he's also very humble. Last week I even found out he was on 6, and I kept trying to tell him congratulations, and he's just like, that's nothing. So I think having that type of mindset is the reason why he's continuing to make plays. And you even see it in practice. He's a big effort guy. He has the talent, but he also plays with a lot of effort.
How important is it for you guys to bounce back from this game after everything?
I think that was big. My first game here, lost pretty bad to Baltimore. But what stood out to me was that you could tell it wasn't the norm for this team. When they lost like that, they were, so many guys came up to me apologizing, saying sorry for losing like that and stuff like that. So you could just tell they took it, that loss pretty bad. And, this is big that, we turned it around and going back on pace for what we got to do.
Did this week feel easier as a whole for you compared to last week?
It's been easier. I wouldn't say it's easy yet. I'm definitely still adjusting, still adapting, but as far as the playbook, I think I had a little bit less questions on game day today than I did last week. I did finally move into a house about 2 days ago, so it's nice being out of the hotel and out of suitcases and all that. But I think maybe a week or 2 more, I'll finally feel at home, but it's still been a big adjustment, and I'd be lying if I said it wasn't pretty hard.
Everybody talks about changing schemes when you change teams, but how much of an adjustment is it getting to play with new teammates and figuring out what makes them click and being able to have chemistry and gel up front?
I think it's a big deal, learning your teammates, learning the scheme and stuff like that, you kind of learn pretty quickly, but it's learning the guy next to you on the left and right of you is also just as big of a deal, and I think that takes longer than learning the system and playbook. Me playing with Dexter Lawrence and the Giants for so long, there was times where we could just look at each other and know what we want to do, you know what I mean? And building that type of chemistry is important to me. And I'm a make it a point of emphasis to get to know all these guys individually off the field as well.
Anything else? Thanks, Leo.
Yep, thank you.